Sherlock Holmes has just decoded this message.
My dear Watson, I congratulate you on your investigation. This letter seems to well and truly confirm the organized trafficking of bodies in London.
My God, how dreadful.
Watson, we must go to the address that appears in this message. I would suggest you take your weapon.
It hasn't left my side since the beginning of this whole affair, Holmes.
I'll also be putting on my workman's disguise again. One never knows.
But what about me, Holmes?
Stay as you are, Watson. At worst, you can pass as my employer. Find Wharfdale Road on the map of London, Watson.
Understood, Holmes.
So this is the second half of the Body Snatchers storyline. I actually rather enjoy this storyline. It could be my favorite subplot of the entire game.
Yes, I have, Holmes.
Here we are, Watson. 17 Wharfdale Road. Let's be careful.
You think so, Holmes? This house seems to be abandoned.
This is pretty cool here. So the Body Snatchers are using this house. We need to break into their house and explore. There's going to be a hidden passageway. It's going to be fun. I like it.
Given the layer of dust accumulated in the square, this door must rarely open.
And the door is locked.
Closed. This lock is solid, but very old. I should be able to force it.
You can't just walk into the house. That would be too simple. No. We need to solve a puzzle. We need to solve a lot of puzzles in this segment, and I do like that. This feels like a typical adventure game segment, whereas the rest of the game was a lot of fetch quests, where we go from character to character to character. But we don't have any characters in this segment. It is all just puzzle solving and exploring. It really feels like investigation compared to the rest of the game, where you jump from character to character to character. And I know I've complained about that a lot, but
This rope seems strong. It is sure to come in handy.
this game has way too much talking to characters and not enough investigation. Even at the very start of the game. Here's a puzzle. We want to use the pocket knife to cut down the rope. And that's how we get the rope. So at the very start of the game, we had to talk to Dr. Gibbons to get the pills, so we could give them to the captain, so we could give the captain to his niece, so we could talk to Finley, so we could get the bag from Finley, so we could give it to the police constable, so we could get the paper that Sherlock Holmes wanted. It was a lot of going from character 1 to character 2 to character 3 to character number 4. And that's definitely what the game feels like in general, a lot of bouncing around between the characters, whereas this segment definitely feels more like an adventure game. We're just solving puzzles. We're exploring. No dealing with characters. Just straight solving puzzles. Holmes finally got out of that glitch. Watson was in the way. Holmes finally got away from Watson. I was wondering how long it would take for Holmes to get past Watson there. Oh, that's unintentionally hilarious. Oh, that is kind of bad, though. Oh my gosh. All right, so here's a puzzle.
A tarred cover.
We have that tarred cover. I'm going to cut off a piece.
There, this piece of tarpaulin is very thin, but solid enough for our purposes.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
You need to have the knife in your inventory. I mean, the knife here. You need to have the knife in order to cut off that piece of the cover. Apparently, the tarred cover is good for breaking into houses, and I had no idea tarred tarpaulins were good for breaking locks. That was just something I had no idea was actually a thing in real life. So that's the puzzle solution, is to find the tarred tarpaulin, and this is another puzzle.
This trolley seems to be in good condition, apart from the broken wheel, of course.
So this trolley needs a broken wheel. I mean, it has a broken wheel. We want to fix the wheel so we can push it against this wall and reach this door.
Look, if we lift a board from this window, we should be able to pass through. But first we have to get ourselves up there.
Not strictly...
You are joking, Holmes?
Not strictly speaking a door. That's more of a window. It's still a secret room that the culprits are using, which we need to explore. And I like finding these secret rooms. Now, when I say this is probably my favorite subplot of the game, I am including that earlier, like 10 to 15 minute segment inside the London hospital, where Watson was exploring the hospital. He had the puzzle with the heart and a couple of other puzzles to find the secret message that the body snatchers left. That was a pretty cool segment too. And that was also a segment where we weren't interacting with characters, we weren't doing people's chores, we were just investigating and solving puzzles, just like this segment. So here's a wheel.
This wheel is in good shape, but it is impossible to remove it. The pin holding it is stuck.
Pretty easy to figure out what this puzzle is. We need to find a way to get this wheel off of this trolley so we can put it on the other trolley. That's what we're gonna do. Yep, that's a pretty solid puzzle. So let me grab the tarpaulin here and go inside. I do want to complain a little bit about the huge gap in between the two parts of this subplot, because Part 1 was in London Hospital an hour ago. Part 2 is right now. So why is there an hour gap? Oh, I'll be quiet.
There, by sliding this piece of tarred tarpaulin, I was able to quite simply force the lock. Let's go in.
Incredible!
I don't want to talk over Sherlock Holmes. But yeah, there's like an hour gap in between finding the secret message and then actually reading the secret message. And I find that rather annoying. I think those two parts should have been back to back. No hour-long gap in between them. And that's not the only place in the game where we have an hour-long gap in between different segments. We had that earlier with the witness statements. Watson got witness statements, and then an hour later, we analyzed the witness statements. So that's a problem I have with this game, is I think they put all the segments in the wrong order. Too many hour-long gaps in between two parts of puzzles. This is another problem. Watson's blocking my view of the important item I'm trying to find. Watson, get out of the way! Well, we can't get him out of the way, so we just have to solve the puzzle without being able to see it. Removing this item. The one that you can't see. And then we're gonna grab this carpet.
A trapdoor.
Pretty cool.
We must find a way to get down through it, Watson.
Incredible!
Yes. And we're gonna use the rope here.
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
And I'm gonna climb down, but not right now. I do want to reach this other area of the room. Watson, again, is in Sherlock's way, making it impossible for me to reach the other part of the room. Urgh. Oh, man. Yeah. Alright, here's the other part of the room. The item we want is inside this box. We've got a couple of other items here that we can look at.
These little metal instruments are rather curious. I'll take one.
Let's see, we also have this.
Some makeup applicators.
And?
These jars contain chemical products. I have no idea what they are for.
I thought you were a chemist, Holmes. I thought you knew a lot about chemistry. Huh. Guess he just doesn't know those chemicals. Alright, let's go down to the secret room.
I will go down alone, Watson. Try to cover for me if someone should happen along.
Understood, Holmes.
How about closing the front door? If you don't want people to know you're in here hiding, you might want to think about closing the front door. Just saying. And here's sort of a silly puzzle. Do you see the key here? Yes, you see the key here. It's pretty obvious. Holmes does not see the key. We need to solve a few puzzles before we can grab the key. I think Holmes should be able to just get down and grab the key right now. He should be able to do that. It is the key to this door.
Numerous footsteps. Apparently this passage is used frequently.
Can't really see those footprints. Here, yeah, these footprints, this door.
Closed.
I'm gonna grab some items from this table.
A hammer. I'll take it. Pincers. This old box must have held nails a long time ago. Nothing of interest. Rings, wedding rings, gold teeth. I don't imagine where they came from.
Maybe they were stolen. And we also have a vice, so we're gonna use that vice. Not now, but later. In the other corner of the room, we have...
clothing that appears to be destined to be incinerated.
We have a metal poker.
A pointed poker, this is sure to come in handy.
And a coffin.
A coffin, recently made and already broken.
So if I had to complain, which I'm not going to, but we have a poker and we have a pointy metal stick. Those are basically the same item. Basically, right? Basically the same item. You're just gonna poke stuff with it, with both of them. Alright, so here we have this. It's a stretcher. You can kind of see it. Looks weird, huh?
It is a stretcher that can be dismantled into 2 pieces. I have to find a way to take it upstairs, I think. I'll be needing it.
It wasn't entirely obvious that's what it was, a 2-part stretcher. It feels like Holmes should be able to just throw that up to Dr. Watson, right? But no, he's gonna fix this machine first. That's how he's gonna do
Here's
it.
an electrical mechanism. Turning the handle should supply it with energy. Ah, it would seem that there is a broken connection.
So there's a broken connection. We're gonna snap off the lid with the poker.
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
Next step is fixing it.
This box is broken. The wires must be reconnected. Pray, think.
I really wish there were instructions for this puzzle. Instructions would be so helpful. It's not obvious what the rules to this puzzle are or what you have to do. What you want to do is make connections like this. Just make connections between all of these various brown tiles. And there is a rule that I'm following. Try to guess what the rule is. Have you figured out the rule yet? Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of tough to figure out what the rule is. Oh, I think I did it wrong. Oh no, I'm stuck. Ah. Okay, so the rule is when I'm making a connection, a piece can either go right, left, up, down, or diagonal. That's the rule. The pieces can only move like that. Alright, and oh no, I messed up again. I think that was close to the actual solution though. But this is, yeah, this is definitely another case where just a simple thing of instructions would be so useful and so helpful. So one of the things that helps with this puzzle is, say, like this connection. This one, it can only go up and diagonal. It's only got 2 possible connections that it can make. So you know that the final solution is going to involve both connections, right? So I can do this. Hey, I just used both connections in that particular spot. Great. So what do I do now? Let's see. Do I go... oh yeah, I go like this. Left, up, diagonal, diagonal, and right.
Elementary.
I suspect there may be more than one solution to those different puzzles. Would be cool if there were. I mean, it's not a bad puzzle. It just needs an explanation.
That's good, Holmes. I don't know why you brought this thing back up, but I can take it.
Perfect, Watson.
Looks like I destroyed their machine. It went kaboom. Oh dear. And now we get the key.
This bent key just needs a little repair job to make it usable.
And this is simple enough. We are going to put the key in the vise. I think I need to shut the vise first. Shut the vise.
This may come in handy.
Put in the key. Then use the pinchers. And now we have a key. And that will be the key for this door.
Let's hope that it really is the key to this door.
And so, Holmes?
Why is Watson here? No offense, Watson, but weren't you standing on guard inside the house? Why did you walk outside the house and then magically know where the other entrance to this hidden room is? That's odd. Yeah, that entrance is kind of far away from the house, isn't it? Let's see, where is that door? Okay, now hold on a second. I have that metal stick, that pointy metal stick. Let's use that pointy metal stick before I forget it. I'll use it to get this wheel.
This little instrument will serve perfectly as a pin punch.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
I'm grabbing the wheel. I'm gonna have to go back inside that house. Let's go back inside the house. Here we go. Whoa. Holmes and Watson just ran through the door. How is that possible? And now they're gonna pick up the two pieces which aren't here. Look, they're not on the screen, but Holmes can pick it up anyway. Look. He reaches down and grabs the items that aren't there. And he's gonna run through the door again. He's gonna run through the door again. So, kind of some graphical mistakes in that. Oh, and then the door shut behind me. Okay, fine. Kind of some weird graphical mistakes in that particular area. It's very sad. But I have a wheel now, so I'm going to put the wheel on the trolley.
Elementary.
But what the devil are you doing, Holmes?
I'm gonna grab the stone here, which is blocking the wheel.
This stone was blocking the wheel.
And then I just give this a good old push.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, fine. I'll use a poker and give it a good old push.
No, I can't do that.
I'll use the hammer and give it a...
No, I can't do that.
Oh, is this one of those puzzles where I need to put items together? Yes, the poker with the hammer. And these two parts of the stretcher are going to go together. Am I going to use the poker and the hammer on it to make a ladder? Yes. Great. But what are the pinchers doing in my inventory still?
No, I can't do that.
Okay, now hold on a second. What is Holmes's problem here? Oh, there's another stone. Okay. That's the problem. Whoops.
This stone was blocking the wheel.
Whoops. That wasn't obvious. Sorry. It's hard to see anything, right? This area is kind of dark. Everything's...
Excellent. Now, on to the next step.
Everything in this game tends to be dark and gloomy, which matches the storyline because it's a very dark, sinister, serious game. But still, it's like I'm looking at a wall of gray no matter where I go. Would have appreciated a little bit of color.
I need something.
So I'm going to use my makeshift ladder here. And now I can climb.
I hope this ladder will support my weight.
Now, if you had tried to go upstairs from the inside of the house, you'd see that the door is locked.
I need something.
Hence the need to go in through the window.
Let's go.
My God, Holmes, where are we?
For us to find out, my friend. This woman is dead, Watson.
Yes, several days ago, Holmes, but the body is perfectly preserved. No odor, no visible decomposition.
Alright, yes, so this is the room where the body snatchers do their evil, wicked, strange experiments. And we've got lots of items here, so let's solve some puzzles here.
This cheap jewel must be an accessory of some
It's
sort.
a cheap jewel. And here's the door.
This door was recently reinforced. Impossible to open it.
Can't use a piece of tarpaulin to get through this door. So yeah, if you try to open the door from inside the house, Holmes says the exact same thing. It's reinforced, we can't open it. This is a hat.
This may come in handy.
Oh, it's a ribbon. Okay, I'm grabbing the ribbon from that hat. And lots of hats, actually.
These clothes are new, just like the deceased's dress. I imagine her clothes were changed.
Why would you do that?
Look at this photo. It is inscribed Ethel Broomstreet, 1851 to 1878. This young woman who died 10 years ago looks like the one stretched out on this table.
How curious. Somebody took a woman who died 10 years ago and took a modern corpse, made it look like this woman who died 10 years ago.
Some makeup applicators.
And they used makeup as part of the deception. This is so weird.
Someone made up this corpse. The lips have been colored and the rings around the eyes carefully camouflaged. Yes, somebody wanted to give the impression of life.
To what end?
it's strange. What do we have here? What's this? It is... Well, more information about this. Mum.
This old photo shows a young man dressed after the fashion of an employee in front of a shop.
So, clearly he knew this woman. Well, he didn't know that woman. He knew the original woman who died 10 years ago. And what is this? Prince Raskolnikov. He's a rascal, all right. Raskolnikov. He claims to give you contact with the hereafter. You could talk to dead people like Napoleon, Ivan the Terrible, Alexander the Great, Robin Hood, and...
Amusing. The man in the photo taken in 1883 and the one on Prince Raskolnikov's leaflet are one and the same, and no more a prince or a Russian than you or I, Watson.
And I'm starting to figure out what happened here. This guy says you can talk to dead people, right? And we've got somebody who died 10 years ago. The woman who died 10 years ago. I think this is part of a talk to the dead scam.
Strange smell. What do you think, Watson?
A zinc chloride solution without a doubt. A product generally injected into cadavers to help preserve them.
Watson, this corpse was embalmed and made up and dressed to look like a woman who had died 10 years earlier. All is clear, Watson. A charlatan, passing himself as a prince, making the dead come back by using corpses as puppets.
Which explains the disappearance of corpses at the London hospital. It was to fuel this sordid entertainment.
Yes, so we've solved the mystery. That's why somebody has been stealing dead bodies. It's not related to the Jack the Ripper murders. It's pretty grim and disturbing.
Look, Holmes, a label from the London hospital. It must be a corpse stolen from the London hospital.
I think that's another reason why I like this particular Body Snatcher storyline, because it's only about a half hour long, and it's a completely self-contained storyline, right? So we're solving a minor mystery, and that's cool. I like that.
It's a puzzle box. Let's see if I can open it.
So this is another puzzle which really, really needs instructions because it's not explained at all. What we need to do is move this box and find somewhere where if we add up all the digits, the last digit equals 6. So this is 1 plus 6 plus 6, so that's 13. Does that end in 6? No. What about 3, 1, and 6? That ends in 0 because that's 10. That's not 6. What about this? 3 plus 5 is 8. That's not 6. 3 plus 5 plus 2 is 10. That's not 6. 5 plus 2 plus 3, again, is 10. That's not 6. 3 plus 7 plus 9 is 19. Doesn't end in 6. 7 plus 9 plus 8 is 24. That doesn't end in 6. 9 plus 8 plus 9, so that ends in 6. Aha, we did it. So now we need to find something that ends in 0. We saw several of those. 5 plus 2 plus 3 ends in 0, because that's 10. Now something that ends in 4. Let's do 3 plus 1. That's an easy one, right? Now something that ends in 6 again. Ooh, what about this? That's 14. That doesn't end in 6. Let's see. 7 plus 3 plus 1 does not end in 6. 1 plus 4 does not end in 6. This one, 4 plus 6 plus 6 ends in 6. Now something that ends in 7. That's going to be this, 7 plus 3 plus 7. So this is a randomized puzzle. The numbers will be different every single time you play the game. You're going to have to do the math on your own. Sorry for all you people who don't like math. 6 plus 9 plus 1 is 16, which ends in 6. And now 7, 6 plus 1 plus 0 is 7.
There we are. Magnificent.
What's this?
This square object is very unusual.
Very unusual indeed. So here's the information in the club. Okay, so Ethel loved pink, had a composed, soft voice. All she could do was whisper at the end, but she did like these tunes from the violin. So here's the instructions. We need to find a pink robe, assorted jewelry. They're planning the seance. They're planning the seance for a week off. So the recognition sign Oh, no. This is the important thing. So 2 people are going to be grabbing the body either today or tomorrow. Their signs of recognition will be the triangle and the square attached with the red ribbon. That's how we prove they're the gang members. So let's make that right now. Right now. So we made that symbol. Now the gang members will think we're actually 2 of the gang members. When we're not. We're actually here to expose their crime. And hey, don't mess up with the false eyes, because you messed up last time and the boss is really, really mad about that, okay?
This letter speaks of a sign of recognition. Interesting.
Okay. And I think that's it. Gonna check to make sure there's nothing else here in this room. Yeah, it looks like there's nothing else. It looks like we have completely finished exploring this area.
This door was recently
Yeah, that door is still impossible to open. So, let's get out of here, shall we?
Holmes, I hear a cab stopping in the courtyard. Someone's coming.
It is probably the dealers, Watson, but instead of running, what if we were to meet them, if we managed to win their trust?
You are joking, Holmes?
So, because I made the sign of recognition, they will think that we're the true members of the gang who came to retrieve the bodies. So we're going to get out of here
Well,
with no
then,
problem.
you best tell me why you're here. Otherwise, I'll make you talk myself.
Okay, so we're talking to this guy.
Well, then, you best tell me why you're here. Otherwise, I'll make you talk myself.
I'm just noticing these characters here. So we haven't met Dr. Tumblety yet, but that's Dr. Tumblety, basically. That's his face. This is not the exact same character as Dr. Tumblety. And like this guy here, it looks like, is that No Pity Bluto? Yeah, it is. They're just reusing character models in this game. All right, so here is the sign of recognition. We're going to use it on this criminal, and he is going to accept us as a gang member.
Oi, what you doing there, you? It's private in here.
Calm down, we aren't here as tourists. We have come to collect our packet.
Oh, well then, you just had to say. I was told that you weren't no tramps, but I weren't expecting that you was... Given your get-up, I guess your boss.
Yes.
Well, the subject ain't ready yet. I ain't done with it yet. You'll have to come back.
Well, that's, a real problem.
Say, we have personal orders too, for some organs. You wouldn't know where we can find them.
What type then?
Kidney, uterus.
Oi, I don't hack up my dollies. That's the work of an artist.
But you wouldn't happen to have a colleague who might furnish this type of item.
No, you can't make a copper doing that nowadays. Since the bigwigs made it easy to get stiffs, the medical schools are bursting with bodies to carve up. Docs and students have got all they need. Business is dead. For a few coppers, hospital bloke might help you out, but I don't know for sure. They'd be right in for it if they got caught. It probably just ain't worth it.
I understand. And what do you do with the corpses once you're finished with them?
I don't bother myself with that. For one thing's for sure, after the seance they're good for nothing but chucking out. I ain't Napoleon's embalmer.
So we have just confirmed that these guys are not related to the Jack the Ripper case. They're doing weird, disgusting things with dead bodies, but they aren't cutting them up to pieces like Jack the Ripper is. It's a completely unrelated crime.
Well, if you'll excuse...
You've got a funny way of talking, you.
Oi, it's normal. He's a brain, you see. A thinker at that. Seize you round, old man.
So, Holmes, the corpses that have disappeared from the London hospital are used during seances. Nothing to do with organ trafficking.
Yes, it all suggests nothing of the kind is underway in London. In the medical world, all dealings would be visible, not to mention unnecessary. The crook we met confirmed this viewpoint. It's hard to imagine, therefore, that our Whitechapel killer perpetrated these massacres with the goal of selling the organs.
What lead should we follow now, Holmes?
Try to learn more about Tumblety. This squibby should give us some information, but first I must stop the journalist Tom Bulling from harming him. I hope my secret police will soon have some information on him. While we wait, Watson, I would ask you to inform your colleagues of your recent discoveries. It would be good if these morbid, ghostly spectacles stopped, and this will need to be done at the London hospital.
You are right, Holmes.